It is estimated that by the end of this century, the number of dead people on Facebook will outnumber the living. Think about that for a moment. The world's largest digital social gathering will become, in effect, a vast and sprawling cemetery. Conversations stopped mid-sentence. Birthday reminders pinging into the void. This is the new reality of our digital lives. We create these vibrant versions of ourselves online, noisy versions, colorful versions. But we have given very little thought to what happens when the person behind the screen is no longer there. The machine is not designed to let us go so easily. We are creating a world populated by ghosts. Not spectral apparitions of old stories, but digital apparitions, perfectly preserved profiles that linger long after their creators have passed on. A new digital purgatory, trapped online, active but ownerless. A quiet, unnerving corner of the internet, growing larger every single day. Leaving behind a trail of logins, photos, status updates. These accounts become monuments, often unintentional, left to the whims of algorithms and corporate policies. The mood is deeply unsettling, like walking through a town where all the lights are on, but nobody is home. Pictures on the walls, letters on the table, faint echoes of past conversations. The inhabitants are gone. Their homes are unintentional museums. This is what we have built. We have meticulously documented our lives, our thoughts, our friendships, our fleeting moments of joy, and handed them over to systems programmed for eternity. The internet, in its drive to remember everything, has forgotten the need to say goodbye and to let go. This essay explores that disquieting space. The primary reason our digital selves linger is surprisingly simple. The systems that run our online world are built for persistence, not for closure. They are designed to hold on to data forever. When you upload a photo or post a comment, the platform doesn't store it in one place. It creates duplicates, backups of backups, spread across countless servers all over the world. For reliability, so the service never loses your precious data. But this very feature becomes the mechanism that traps it after you are gone. Inactive accounts are rarely deleted. Even after long silence, deletion, being destructive and permanent, is avoided. So the account just sits there, searchable, visible, and counted. The default is indefinite preservation. Automated systems keep the network alive, people connected, and the data flowing, relentlessly. These systems are not sentient. They do not understand grief or loss. An algorithm will still suggest a deceased friend as a person you may know. It will cheerfully send birthday notifications, automated reminders of a day that now hurts. Not malice, just code executing without context. The digital graveyard is not peaceful. It hums with systems that treat the dead like silent, living users. Profiles are not static memorials. They are cogs in a machine still turning. The internet's architecture is built on accumulation and retention. Death was an afterthought, a human problem bolted onto a system that never planned for finality. And so the ghosts remain, not by choice, but by default. The technical systems are only part of the problem. They operate within a legal and policy vacuum. You agree to terms of service, a binding contract, almost no one reads. Buried clauses dictate your data's fate. You keep ownership but grant a license, one that often survives you. The law has not caught up. Families were blocked, privacy cited, while platforms kept using the data. Laws like the revised Uniform Fiduciary Access to Digital Assets Act offer frameworks, adopted unevenly. Executors can be empowered to manage digital property, but platform tools can override your will. A click can outrank a notarized document. The landscape is confusing and contradictory. Terms can change at any time. There is no universal right to digital inheritance. Treating the digital world like a frontier leaves grieving families fighting bureaucracy at the worst time. Beyond technical and legal reasons, there is a commercial incentive to keep dead users on the books. The modern internet runs on data and user numbers. Every account holds value, living or dead. 2 billion users sounds better than millions are deceased. Deleting accounts shrinks perceived market share. Your digital ghost is a valuable data asset. Your likes, connections, demographics, places retain value after you die, aggregated into models that predict the living. Your past preferences help target your surviving friends and family. Memorials draw visits, birthdays, anniversaries, memories. Each action is engagement. More time on site means more ads, so platforms have reasons to preserve. Deletion is harder, requires more documentation. Memorialization keeps data. Deletion erases it. The path of least resistance preserves the data, ensuring that even in death, you remain a user. The consequences are not abstract. They are human and painful. For many, a loved one's persistent presence feels like a wound that won't heal. Imagine losing a child, then months later receiving a cheerful suggestion to reconnect. On a late husband's birthday, dozens of automated messages arrive. These are not glitches. They are unfeeling moments of algorithmic pain. Comfort became compulsion, a way to avoid finality. The memorial page became a trap, replaying the past on loop. One man begged a faceless inbox, death certificate, marriage certificate, ID, while the public page stayed active. He felt powerless, as if a stranger controlled his wife's memory. We treat platforms as communities, sharing triumphs and struggles, but at life's end the mask drops. Not a community hall, but a data processing facility. A bureaucratic haunting after the real one. Identity theft thrives in the digital graveyard. Birth date, hometown, family, pet names, anecdotes, answers to security questions, treasure for criminals. A dead person won't notice a compromise. I'm stranded overseas. Can you send cash? Curiosity becomes compromise. A kind father's image twisted. Friends horrified. Weeks to shut it down. We lock homes after death. We need to lock digital doors too. Unmanaged accounts are open houses for memory theft. Platforms, laws, and we users share responsibility to demand better. We must begin with the systems themselves. Offer clear, accessible legacy settings. Prompt users yearly. What should happen to your account if you are no longer here? Default expiry options. Inactivity triggers memorialization or deletion automatically. Shift from endless preservation to planned closure. Build compassionate, efficient tools. No labyrinths, no anonymous uploads. Real support with clear steps. Small changes, big shift. From data accumulation to a life-centric model with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Design for departure as thoughtfully as we design for engagement. Design must be paired with stronger legal rights. Establish digital inheritance. Executors can access, manage, and delete accounts, like bank or property. Remove ambiguity that forces denials. Give families standing. A stronger posthumous right to be forgotten if the estate wishes. The internet is borderless. Laws must cross borders with shared principles. Reassert democratic control, rules by public law, not opaque terms. Aim for universal dignity and control for every user, everywhere. By century's end, the dead may outnumber the living online. This is not just a number, it is unresolved stories, automated wishes, unmanaged memories. 1 billion digital houses with the lights left on long after everyone has gone home. We are brilliant at remembering, terrible at letting go. These ghosts persist for growth in a legal void driven by incentives and our silence. Do not leave the final chapter to an algorithm. Demand clear, simple, accessible tools. Choose whether to leave the light on or turn it off for good. The choice of how we are remembered should be ours. End with the candle in the phone, a reminder to decide now